Good afternoon, morning, whatever it is, where you are. This is Flora y Fauna. I'm Travis. This is Mike.
What's up?
We're the Fauna. This is the Flora.
Some of you might notice that we're in a different location this time. It is freezing cold outside, and we are refusing to leave our dorm. So
Really
this
cold.
is being shot from Mike and Justin's room. We got our RA Eric in the background.
What's up?
Playing some Call of Duty. He might shout a few times, but he's well trained. He's house kept, so he probably shouldn't. All right.
Give me my cranberry juice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So we'll just lead off with some events of the past week. What you got for us, Eric? Yeah, Eric, you want in on this? I meant to say Travis, but whatever.
Anything exciting happened in the last week?
I had 5 midterms in 1 week.
All right, Eric's
Midterms.
just gonna be depressing, so I don't know how much we're gonna get him in on this, but we'll try.
Midterms happened last week. How did yours go?
I didn't have any.
What?
I have one midterm, and it's the Monday I come back from spring break.
Well, the rest of the world had midterms, and they kind of sucked. So, yeah, I did a lot of studying, and when I study for like extended periods of time, I get a headache, and so I had a headache a lot of the week. And that's why I'm going to drop out of college. Sorry, Mom.
Things that I did this past week did not include much, I don't think. Trying to think of something. Nope. I had a pretty big week 2 weeks ago, and I think that I just took it easy this one. But looking ahead, spring break starts now.
Yes, that makes you feel good.
So going into spring break, I'm staying here for the first part of it, and I'm volunteering with March Madness, which is UNM's hosting the second and third rounds. Or some of the second and third rounds. You okay?
The duty stuff.
Eric's screwing
Eric's
up.
gonna disrupt us in a few minutes. But like I said, I'm helping out with the tournament. Can't wait for that. And then me and Justin are gonna road trip down to Carlsbad for Saturday and Sunday. So that'll be fun. What you doing?
I'm gonna road trip to my house. It's like 3 hours away, and then road trip back a couple days later.
You didn't invite us.
No, I'm only going for a day, and I'm gonna be doing like boring stuff the whole time. So yeah,
Still hurts.
sorry.
Did we learn any lessons this week?
That's not good.
What did we learn this week? I learned all of half a semester's worth of computer science this week. And I also learned half a semester's worth of econ and half a semester's worth of stats. So,
I learned that before you reserve a 6-person room to study in the architecture library, you should make sure that the people you invite to study with you are actually going to show up.
Cameron and I would reserve that and just like be the only two in there because it's
Oh
nice
yeah,
room.
no. I was planning on having just 2 or 3, but then
Yeah.
you and Justin bailed.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What's stuff to do? It's a nice room though.
It
I
is.
would
it
go.
is really
I
nice,
would go
yeah.
in there by myself.
I mean, I still
just
went and
because-
sat in there for 2 hours
Yeah.
and did my Holocaust project, but
Depressing.
yeah.
By himself.
No, well, yeah. Save the Children encounters this week. I was stopped once today.
I rode my bike a lot this week, and I was stopped once or twice. And here's the thing. We talked about this earlier. When you're walking with somebody, especially for me, it was a girl, and it was weird because one of two things happens when you're walking with somebody else and Save the Children stops you, or tries to. So either they say, hey, they do their little spiel, and each person thinks the other is going to respond, so you both just walk by without saying anything, just like, and it looks really rude, because it just looks like you ignored him. Or
kind of rude.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Yeah.
And we're kind of rude back. Or
Yeah.
one of you responds too quickly and is like, no, and you're left wondering if the other person is like, wow, he's a total jerk. He doesn't even have time to save the children. So, I mean, it's a tough call, but I was the one that was like, no, we don't have any time, and the other person was just like silent, and I think that's probably the best way, because I mean, there's no best way. You just have to do what has to be done and not save the children, unless you feel like you should. I'm just gonna stop talking, because now you look like an even bigger jerk.
Yeah, that last one was pretty bad.
Yeah, not save the children. That was bad. That was bad. Yeah.
We don't really condone that statement.
No.
He just trips over his
You
words
should
sometimes.
change the children. You should.
If they're
save
infants,
the
you should
children.
change their diapers. Rashes are bad.
They are. They're horrible. Moving on.
I think that right there could count as a cheek story, but I think we have one better.
Do you want to tell yours first, and I'll tell mine?
Oh, I have a short cheek story. It's not that special.
Ours are related.
Yeah, I was walking back, and I came into Hakona, and I started going up the stairs, and this guy was coming down the stairs, and he looks at me and goes, "Oh, what's up, David?" And, well, I never met this guy in my life. I had no idea who this was. And two, my name's not David, so...
What did you say to him?
I kind of just like, hey, and kept walking.
Did he ever figured out that you weren't David? Now he's probably like calling David like, why were you such a jerk in the hallway? I wanted to talk to you.
Maybe, but I don't know who David
David's
is, so
like,
that's just not
dude,
my
I don't know what
problem.
you're talking about. I had a similar experience, a little bit more awkward, just because of the, like, well, I'll just tell the story. So, I'm taking a tumbling class at UNM, and I was in there's like 2 tumbling classes back to back, and I'm in the first one. And so this particular day I was like, I'll stay for the second one. Just, see what goes on in that one. I need a little extra practice. So I stayed, and there's like 10 minutes in between class, and I was just hanging out, standing there. And this girl from the next class walks into the gym, and she has like sunglasses on, which was weird in the first place because she was inside.
Yeah.
But she had sunglasses on, and she walks up to me.
Was that at night as well?
And no, it was during the day, but there's no windows. And she walks up to me with her arms like out, and she's like, just looks at me, and she's like smiling like she knows me. And then I'm sitting here thinking, oh no, I'm supposed to know this person.
Did you hug her?
And no, I didn't. That's the problem. Like as a rule, you should probably just hug them. But I was semi-confident in the fact that I had no clue who this person was. Plus, I'm sort of socially awkward, so I just stood there and I was like, "I'm sorry." And she's like, "Oh," she took her sunglasses off, and I was like, "I have no clue who you are." And she's like, "Spencer?" I was like, no, that's not me. And she's like, oh, okay, sorry, I thought you were my friend Spencer. And I'm just like standing there this whole time, like really awkward. Yeah, it was bad.
Thank you, Eric.
For future reference, you should usually just hug them just in case you do actually know them, so you don't look like a big jerk. Because I was freaking out in my mind the whole time. I was like, oh no, I know this person, and I'm just like denying their hug right now, and I just look like a total tool.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I was right, but being right isn't always the most important thing, kids. And that's our lesson for the day.
Thanks, Grandpa.
You're welcome.
Alright, you got any shout outs you want to give before we end this and the battery dies?
Shout outs to, I think the girl's name was Jennifer. I'm not sure. Shout outs to that girl that thought my name was Spencer. Sure, he's a real nice guy. And that's all I got.
Yeah, shout outs. What do you think of the list?
Might be a while, guys.
No, it's not gonna be that long. Shout out to Eric Silva because he got jealous when we talked about Dan last week. Shout out to Justin for letting us steal his chair for this segment. Shout out to the Lobo track team who's at NCAA Indoor Nationals. Well, 5 of them are. Josephine Moultrie, Ross Millington, Floyd Ross. Kendall Spencer and Sarah Waldron are competing this weekend. Go Lobos. I'm impressed by you, sir.
I probably have dirt in my hair.
Yeah, probably. And shout out to the family and friends back in North Carolina. Love y'all.
I love you guys too.
And we love plants.
We love Flora. I always get those mixed up.
We love Flora. We love Fauna. It's Flora, you Fauna.
Flora, you Fauna.
I keep up on for these girls who like me back when green was low. Feel me though, TV all my thoughts and make your TiVo grow.
That's probably good. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Alright. Can't wait for her to watch this. Dude, the battery's dying. Oh, I forgot to charge.
It's fine.
Alright, well, we're gonna go with it anyways. Hit the button.
I'm sort of.